Hello guys, welcome back. I am taking a break from a massive build. As part of the you seem to be out of hand thing with the gods, I've taken down every temple, VR temple, except for Loki's. Except for Loki's. Loki's good boy. Loki got to keep his temple iron. Yeah! And I told them all originally, I said, no, you don't get any more temples. I'm done building, I'm retiring. And Mammon's the one that has common sense, and he said, because I gave him a crazy list of stuff I wanted before they got any damn temples. I said, I want a dozen roses and Chick-fil-A, like a big Chick-fil-A meal, and I wanted Five Guys, and I wanted some burgers, Big Macs from. And it really, I said, this stuff would cost you guys less than $100. Surely, being all-powerful beings, you can get me this stuff, right? We all know, those of us that are experienced pagans, I can sit here from now to eternity and it's never going to appear in my life. And they've all been dragging around, even though we're still doing Christmas in July. They're all kind of dragging around real sad because I don't understand. Temples are really important. Yeah. And I said, well, you can all share with Loki. And I just needed the time off. And they're like, fine. So we are working on the Temple of Asmodeus, but I told him we are doing one thing differently. I said, I build one temple at a time. Nobody bothers me while I'm building. And I said, I get to do what I want in these temples. And you take what you get. Now, they're going to be damn beautiful temples, and they're going to be my very best work. But I said, you stay out of my hair, and don't go bugging me for another temple while I'm in the middle of construction of one. Okay. God just went psh, the whirlwinds. Oh god, but I don't even know if I can see straight anymore. I've been working on Asmodeus' temple all day when I haven't been playing that game. To give myself downtime, and you shouldn't play VR like solid all day. You should take a break. It's not good for your eyes for one thing. He's got a strip club. We're calling it the Philly Bunny Club. Every other god is allowed to come in and offer helpful advice, but he's not allowed to help on this one. It's driving him crazy. But really, the main design I'm doing, but I do offer, good advice. Mammon's actually one that likes to give advice. He's enjoying this immensely. So there's a strip club. There's a place to get gelato that's designed after the Venetian. There's two gambling halls. We probably need to add more gambling is for Asmodeus. There's a dining area designed after Excalibur. There's bedroom. There's an office. There's all this stuff. I can't even remember. My brain's fried. But I told them I want left alone, and we don't just do what I always didn't like about my designs before is if you have everybody grabbing at you for your attention, you can't ever think a design through. And you don't get to give the very best into each temple. I said, I just want left alone with my inventory. Everybody be quiet and let me design. Oh, and there's a special wine club like he had before. So, did I mention the bar? Yeah, I think. And there's like a lounge area, stuff like that. So I'm trying to fit all of Vegas into one place. Wish me luck. And I told him my idea is New Vegas. It's brighter than hell, and getting laughter and cheers. Good reference. And there's neon everywhere, and it's kind of like Vegas post everything, post this crazy fucking year. That's my intention, and it does look beautiful. But I've got three more rooms to knock out, and I don't want to just add in gambling because I can't think of anything. Um, there's one bar. One bar is probably not enough. Well, there's a bar in the strip club, so this channel, that's why. And I want to make it as beautiful as possible. That's why I told them all. I said, leave me alone, let me design. The Excalibur even has dragons in it, so I did pretty well for myself. Considering I have to use the weak sauce stuff they give us in Oculus, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's a hell of a lot easier to do a design when you can go all over the internet, grab free models, and have exactly what you want. It would be a hell of a lot easier if I could get custom-made gambling layouts and not have to try to invent them. So yeah, there's a place for poker. There's a slots area. I really need to add more gambling, so I think it'll be the rest of the design. More gambling. So yeah, I'm like really looped, I think you can tell. And Loki's been just toddling around after me going, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" So he's having fun. And it's kind of Asmodeus made this into a challenge because Loki was telling me, "Well, where do you think you get building temples from, huh?" I said, "Oh yeah." And now Asmodeus is kind of like we're bitter rivals, and he wants to see if I'm better at building temples than him. And I'm like, "Oh, sweet Lord Jesus, this isn't what I meant at all." And now he's like, "No, show me what you can do. Fine, don't let me help you," because he really wanted to be in to help. I said, "But I thought the first temple, very first temple I gave him, I did all on my own, and then he came in and he walked around and he looked at everything, and he is fussier than hell." Most of them, stuff could be installed upside down. They wouldn't give a shit. With Asmodeus, even with my essential tremors, I can't get it perfect, and they all know that. When your hands shake uncontrollably, fuck perfection. You're just not going to reach it. You would eventually, but I don't have the patience. But I have to try to make it look as nice and neat as possible. But, we'll get there. And there's this weird thing in Oculus where your depth of field, and I don't have it already. You'll be looking at something, and let's say you put a cup exactly in the center of a table in real life. You walk all around that damn table, it's still in the center, right? You do that in VR and it jumps from the center to the edge of the table, and then you put it back into the center because, wow, you must have really been mistaken and you walk to the other side, now it's on the edge of the table on that side. So it never ends. Help. But what do you guys think? I mean, I could just do gambling because I do want to have like a lot of fun stuff. But, I don't know. I want to think about it. And I told them all. I said, "You get out of my hair while I'm designing, and you let me do one at a time. And if I'm tired and I need to take a break for a week or so, you leave me alone." And I said, "Look, you'll all have, one temple at a time, built well. Is a lot better than 10 crap temples thrown together real fast in like 3 days." I said, "Leave me alone, and you'll like the results better." So they're all kind of sad, but they'll also have Vegas to play in when I'm done. So I'm probably going to go back to temple building. I just needed to give my eyes a rest and get you guys caught up. Loki's enjoying the Christmas. We haven't done much of it because admittedly I've been working on that temple all day and like playing the game, but we did find two more hogs that we want to get. There's one set on a zombie island, and there's one that revolves around the deadly sins. And I was surprised. Mammon said, "You're doing such a good job monitoring yourself. Go ahead, do that," because it is an addiction, fast food, and this does play back into working with Mammon. I've been fighting the call, guys. I've been really fighting the call because I know I could go through my bank account in a week easy if I lived the lifestyle I wanted to. But 2.49 titles, he's like, "Well, you are doing really good. You're staying away from the BQ, and I know how badly you want that. And you held off just impulse buying groceries, last week." Every so often he seems to fry out, but it's 2020, and he was asking me if didn't I need stuff, didn't I need stuff, and I'm like, "You know what? No more news for this house," because it seems to like I'm kind of passive at this point, but the gods seem to go like a little nutty, and I'm like, "No more news." I have no idea what's happening in the world. I have no idea. Yeah, I do. I like when I think they're not looking, I go in and I do a basic check, and I'm like, "Oh, oh, okay, that's nice. I'm so happy." And my horoscope this week was about standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves, and that Geminis especially have a special burden to stand up and fight the good fight. And I'm like, why is it always Geminis? This is a Leo thing. They're loud and aggressive. Why do you always give the high-minded, noble stuff to Geminis? We're like the least capable people of doing this. I mean, we can run our mouth, but that's all we can do. I'm getting yeah back here. But yeah, I mean, it's upsetting to see this. I just wish that we had a halfway decent government, and I don't care how you vote, that actually cared about the people, and I mean on a global scale, and did the right thing. Then we wouldn't have to have demonstrations, and then we wouldn't have people destroying stuff. I get the anger, I do. I get being angry because the system's not fair. System hasn't been fair the whole time I've been alive, and I'm just hoping it's finally gonna change, but, I'm a bit of a cynic too, but that doesn't mean we should stop fighting, it doesn't. It just means be smart about it and, get permanent change. Don't get kinda change, don't get sorta change, and, don't take out your, being mad and angry about the way things are in other people. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. It just, gets you more enemies. So, we are gonna go back to working. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing if we pick them up, seeing the zombie game or the Seven Deadly Sins game. I don't know if those will have cutscenes like that. That is actually the first that content heavy, cutscene heavy game I've seen from them, but we'll see. I'm exhausted, but back to work. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.